Hello everyone, welcome to Halo Moon Tarot. This is your weekly reading for Pisces. Let's see what's coming in for Pisces. Oops. Pisces, what's coming in for you? What is it Pisces needs to know? There we go. And we have Two of Pentacles. Someone's should I or shouldn't I? Weighing the pros and the cons of a situation. Yeah, so someone's just taking a step back here. Maybe someone feels something is off. It's definitely someone feeling uncertain, a little inner struggle. If you have something on and off with someone here too, you might be feeling a situation is off. But yeah, look at that. Someone here seeing the bigger picture. I mean, this to me looks like someone's just trying to be patient. They're should I or shouldn't I? Yeah, there's definitely a temptation here. But someone's seeing the bigger picture. This has to do with, sometimes it's a large gathering, people getting together. It's often a reason to celebrate. It's happy, it's emotional fulfillment. But this is someone kind of, should I or shouldn't I? Or is this the right situation? Is this person my type? Yeah, someone's not sure. So we have this energy of Three of Pentacles, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. So this has to do with going down this path, getting together, spending time together. But it's whether two people have anything in common or if they're compatible, because someone's not sure. And it has to do with getting out there, and it's about someone looking at what makes them happy, what it is they want here. Because it's about a cycle, a new romantic cycle. This could have to do with anything, though. It doesn't have to be romance, but I feel like we have, it has to do with someone looking into the future. See, I feel like someone's just trying to decide if they should go down this path, if this is something will work in their favor. Yeah, but there's definitely a new cycle. But I wouldn't be surprised there's something to do with timing. Something that happens, maybe a large gathering, get together. Something that happens once a month, once a year, that kind of thing. Things that happens at certain times. Yeah, we have someone who wants to initiate. They want to initiate something here. Yeah, see the cup runneth over. It's an opportunity, an invitation. So there's been an initiation. Yeah, this is someone who wants things to go in their favor. So they feel like there's some kind of hope, but yet, should I or shouldn't I? And you could be the person wondering if this is someone your type, or, if this is what you want. But it's about going down this path, things you have in common. Do you want to do something? Do you want to get together? See, it's an opportunity. It's a resurgence of love, I feel, a cycle. So some of you, it definitely is that energy. But it could have to do with other things as well. We'll just see what's coming in here. Put this deck aside and grab another deck here. Tell me about the Two of Pentacles. Hope this isn't someone comparing someone to someone else, thinking they're not their type. It's often someone who feels someone's a different type, because it feels uncertain. Yeah, it has to do with someone feeling like there's some kind of hope, though, that maybe the feelings are mutual, but like they're not sure. But it's also a person who needs to, and it could be someone who, it's about what someone's expecting. See, it has to do with expectations. Someone here maybe has, expectations of something, but I feel like it's like this person's initiating. They want to initiate. It could be someone who thinks the other person's out of their league, or the situation's out of reach, or the situation doesn't serve, or whether someone has, if this is in their best interest at this time. And it could be somebody actually wanting to talk about that, because it's about initiating. I think it has to do with timing. Yeah, it's all about timing here, I feel. Yeah, this is someone looking at things from a different perspective. See, just kind of looking at this in a couple different ways. See, what makes me happy? Is this right for me? Are we compatible? Yeah, because it's someone who's kind of feeling something is off, so they're taking a little pause. Yeah. Yeah, it's a person assessing. They're just taking their time. So this is about initiating. Now, it's likely already initiated. They may have already started this, but now they're kind of looking at it different. See, they're slowing down, they're assessing it. It has to do with, is this safe? Is this where I want to go, basically? Yeah, Three of Pentacles. Yeah, there's a lot of curiosity, things that are, need to be known here. But it's someone gaining kind of clarity, the things you have in common, compatibility, spending time together. They see you in a favorable light, I feel like, for the most part. But yeah, so there is a little bit of lack though, right? Somebody feeling a little insecure, like they're not good enough. It could have to do with money, finances, but it's just there is a little negative thinking. But it is often lack and lonely too. See, this is someone, and it could have someone focusing on their money. Maybe they feel they're not ready. I don't know. But I feel for the most part, they see you in a favorable light. But it's whether it's in their best interest at this time. And you may be thinking that. You might be thinking there's something lacking in this. But like it has to do with clarity, lack of clear communication. So that could have to do with that. Because this is often someone communicating. I mean, there's curiosity. It's just someone curious. But like I say, it might not go anywhere. But yep, there's the Ace of Cups. So let's have a look at this initiate. Yeah, this is someone who's definitely single. I think it's somebody feeling alone, feeling lonely, the lack in their life. Like it's what makes me happy, what fulfills me emotionally. Is this in my best interest? I mean, this is just someone kind of back and forth. Should I or shouldn't I? And they're kind of moving slow. They are assessing. They are single. Someone who takes care of themselves. I feel they live alone. I think it's just somebody who's kind of lonely. But yeah, and I do see there is curiosity about things you have in common. Yeah. So this is someone trusting their intuition. I feel like you know who this is, and you probably already know. Yeah, they're kind of keeping things to themselves. So watch out for any kind of secrecy. I don't know if this is someone like, let's just keep this to ourselves. Something to do with the timing. Tell me about the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, it's about dating. See, this is about feeling this lack and loneliness. I feel like it's just someone who's lonely, like they're initiating because there's a bit of loneliness, but it has to do with going out on a date. It has to do with someone exploring their feelings. So I don't know if this is, I mean, it has to do with an opportunity, possible invitation. See, there's a resurgence of love. Like this is things starting to go in your favor. But it's whether, and I feel after a little bit of time, someone's looking at this. Maybe this isn't such a, the right time or, yeah. Tell me about this Ace of Cups. Yeah, we have the Empress. See, this is the start of something new. This is someone who's let someone know they're available. But I feel like you're not moving. You're keeping things to yourself. I do think you're also single. And it could be someone just reaching out, asking you if you are. Initiating, and this could be how it plays out because there's curiosity. Tell me about the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups. What is this? This is often someone just exploring, right? Exploring their feelings, looking at whether this is in their best interest or if you're their type. But it has to do with expectations, or they feel negative, like you're out of their league, or yeah. Because they're seeing Empress energy. Let's have a look at the Knight of Cups. Yeah, see, taking a little step back. See, it's about being patient, but it's also like a little test. Yeah, so it's such a temptation too. Like there's definitely a lot of temptation, but it's both of you. I think both people are kind of feeling, maybe you're not each other's type, but it's something worth exploring. So it has to do with this person initiating, unless it's yourself that's initiated by letting someone know you're single. And you've got, if that's the case, they've got your curiosity, but it's whether you're their type or not. Yeah, see, it's manifesting. So someone who actually has everything they need. Yeah, I don't know if this is someone who feels they don't have enough money, or just be careful of someone who kind of comes in and tells you, like, I don't have any money, or, That's often what people do because they think someone's maybe, interested in them for the wrong reasons. But I mean, it's just I feel it's about manifesting new. For most part, it's just someone feeling lonely. It's about getting out there again. Yeah, assessing this, whether it's safe. It has to do with sincere too, whether someone's sincere. Yeah. I think there's sincerity. But like I say, I don't know if it's someone who feels they don't have enough money, or it's just this lack and loneliness, because this is about manifesting, and it has to do with communication. They want things to go in their favor. So just be a little careful of manipulation. Okay? Just a little bit. Like I say, it's often a little mischievous, or someone here kind of acts like they don't have money because they're a little bit maybe concerned that someone's not really interested. But we have an Empress. This is someone who generally has what they need, someone who takes care of themselves. So that's why I kind of really feel it's more like loneliness. End of cycle, end of this lack and loneliness. Yeah, it feels actually very positive for the most part, because I do feel they see you in a favorable light, the Empress, and I see both people do. But see, it's whether the feelings are even really mutual or their sincerity. I feel there's uncertainty with that. But someone's let this person know you're open. Like I see, you've piqued their curiosity. Now it's like they want to know more. So now they have to be, I feel they have to be the one to initiate. The Empress isn't really moving. Yeah, it has to do with this person being bold, initiating. Yeah, it's about being confident. It's someone who's a natural born leader. See, it's all about taking the lead. See, this is where they know what they want and they go for it. So yeah, I think it's somebody just looking at what they want, what makes them happy. It's also about being able to make someone else happy. We all know we have to make ourselves happy first before we can make someone else. So I do feel a little bit of that. But I do think this is someone who's been kind of in a negative space. Mostly I feel loneliness. But yeah, just watch out for the I don't have any money kind of thing. Where they don't, something that they say. But I really feel for the most part, it's just this person, very curious. Yeah, very curious. Tell me about this King of Wands. Yeah, see, it's about them taking the lead, taking control of the situation. I do think this is someone kind of back and forth in their head if they should take the lead and go for it, or if they should put on the brakes and take another look. That's kind of, I feel, what's already probably happened, because they're assessing, right? They're taking their time, because it's about being sincere. And I do feel for the feminine too, just being slow, making sure it's sincere. Yeah. The Empress knows, but this is about offering up the cup, a fresh new start, an invitation. So I do think this is somebody coming in. They feel confident. They feel like there's self-control, confidence. The Empress isn't being ruled by their emotions, so you won't be. It's like you're handing over the reins. You're letting them take the lead. And that's what I feel your message is. If you initiated, let them know you're open and available. Now it's up to them. And I do think this person kind of gets it. Yeah, see, it's all about the bigger picture. But it's both of you, now's the time, because the star here, now's the time to let go of anything that no longer serves. Okay, now's the time to assess what makes you happy, what it is you want and desire, because it has to do with the future. Yeah, happy home, happy life, what makes you happy. But it is an energy of someone looking at whether someone can make them happy or not. I don't feel like it's a lack of money, but it could be. Someone who maybe feels they can't give you what you want, Tell me more about the Five of Pentacles. Yes, this is a little negative thinking. Self-fulfilling prophecy, though, that's what I'm worried about. I don't know if it's someone feeling like leaving someone out in the cold or what's happened. It could be where somebody actually put on the brakes after initiating and then left someone out in the cold. But I'm not, and some of you may have had this happen, but I really feel it has to do with the end of this lack and loneliness. Yeah. Yeah, I feel some of you, see, the Empress is no pushover. This is someone speaking up, speaking truth. Yeah. But I do feel about having to make a decision. See, someone with experience, where you've experienced this before. So if you have someone who comes in like this, acting like they don't have money, or they come in with a pity party, feeling sorry for themselves, or they just low vibrational, really take a look at this, okay? Yeah, because I do feel you have what you need to manifest what you desire. But it's about letting, I think, experience too, right? Letting someone take the lead. That way you know they're confident and that they know what they want. But it really has to do with just, I feel, just breaking the ice and asking someone out. Because I feel they want to explore this. But if you've had someone before that you've dated and then they put on the brakes, it's about letting go of control too, releasing control, handing over the reins. It's where the feminine lets the masculine feel like they're in control, they're in charge. Okay? Yeah, interesting. Tell me about the Chariot. Yeah, it's all about spending time going down this path. It's about learning, see, curiosity, the things you have in common, compatibility. There's definitely lots to explore. It's worth exploring, I feel. But again, it's about going down this path and spending time together. It's about initiating, see, time, schedules, maybe even too. See, what's a good time kind of energy. There's a lot of curiosity. I mean, their curiosity is piqued. Absolutely. Because they want to know more. So don't be afraid of being a little mysterious. Yeah. The mysteries of the Empress. Let's have a look at that Three of Pentacles. Yeah, this is definitely someone who's crushing and maybe even been crushing for a while. It's possible there could be a little reminiscing. If you already spent some time and had a date with this person, they put on the brakes. They may be coming back in. Like I say, putting on the brakes, taking another look. Now, there could be children involved too. It could have something to do with children, but it's often someone who's lonely and they long for love. So... but it is a little reminiscing. And this is often just two people getting to know each other, see, going down, spending time. There could be children involved, absolutely, but it could be just talking about your life, your childhood, your histories. But it is an energy of a little bit of romanticizing. Yeah, a little bit, whether it should be romantic or not too, that's what I feel. If it is about a first date for some of you, it should be, whether it should be romantic. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. This is just someone who's been crushing for a while and they're about to feel confident here. Yeah. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, it could be single parent energy too. Someone who's got children. But like I say, it's all about timing. Making something work. See, this offer. See, this is somebody just sitting there doing their thing, focusing on work, their house, their home, maybe their children. It's a person being practical and sensible. But I do think some of you are reminiscing of something you've experienced before when someone comes in with lack. So take the lessons learned from the past. If this is someone who comes in with lack or acts like they don't have any money, or they put on the brakes because they feel like you don't have anything, this is a stable person. I wouldn't be surprised you're just different than their usual type. So they could come in that way. But like I say, if you've experienced this before where you go on a date and this person decides to put on the brakes because they feel like you don't have anything, like you're poor or something, that kind of energy. Yeah. Because this is a person who also provides for themselves, their children. Yeah, so it's an energy of providing. This is a person planning, preparing. This is someone being prepared. I feel like you're prepared. I do think you've got, it's about experience. See, someone with experience, which is the feminine energy. Yeah, you want this to go in your favor, just kind of sit back. They see you in a favorable light, and I feel like you do. But like I say, if they come in with that lack, that'll be your clue right there, whether this person's right for you or not. This is someone who wants a partner, someone who's stable. If you are someone who wants children and you don't have any, maybe they don't. See, it's about the things you have in common. Okay. I do think talking, spending time too. So, but yeah, I would be a little cautious. I'd be looking at this. This is someone who likes company, companionship, and maybe that's all you want, just some company and companionship. So there's definitely things that need to be talked about, but man, are they ever interested? I think you're actually different than their usual type. I mean, maybe their type is people who aren't stable, they have lack, they need something from the other person. And they, could, like single parents, children. But I feel some of you, it really is to do with a partner. See, spending time, just company, companionship to start. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like the feminine's definitely on top of this. Tell me about this Knight of Cups. Yeah, see, it has to do with a home, a solid financial foundation. Yeah, so this is to do with a home. This person's feeling actually really positive. The lack, I think, is just the end of lack and loneliness. It's a new cycle. But like I say, if this person comes in and it starts this way, that's what I feel. If you've experienced that before, okay, well, there's a lack of stability, or they feel like you're something, they're more concerned about what you can provide than what they can. So like I say, that's what I feel this is all about. So let's have a look at the bigger picture here. Yeah, see, it's a whole new cycle. Some of you may have had something on and off with someone, and you may be deciding now to be open to another person. I wouldn't be surprised if this is just another person coming in. There is the energy of 3 here. Some of you may be checking someone out, looking to see if they're your type. You know, that, I mean, that's what dating is. It's checking each other out. It's a test, right? Yeah, it's whether someone's going to pass the test. But I feel it's actually coming from the feminine energy. But like I say, this is all about a new cycle, happiness, emotional fulfillment. This could go somewhere, but it just has to do. I feel like some of you are kind of prepared for this. It's like you're already prepared. I feel like it's yourself. Know your worth and your value, okay? If somebody comes in with this lack of negativity, or they just, but yet they don't say anything, right? That's where I feel assumptions. Yeah, I think you're prepared for it. Yeah, and I think you are, some of you are definitely financially prepared. You're looking out for yourself. Yeah, you take care of yourself. It's like you don't really need somebody, but you'd like some company and companionship, at least to start. Yeah, and then you got this person, look at that, going from the night to the page to the night. See, this is someone thinking, being discerning. So this has to do with some sort of truth, something they're learning. See, this is someone finding out a truth. Now, if you've had someone who's put on the brakes because they came in with lack of negativity, or they were assuming something, they're likely learning different. Now, this is often a person who's sometimes skeptical, very analytical though, but I do think it has to do with the truth, learning a truth, and maybe speaking the truth. But like I say, it's often a person who's swords up. They kind of protect what's theirs. So if they come in with that energy, this lack of negativity, it's telling you to kind of look at it. But yeah, see, someone's seeing things clearly, and it could be where you have somebody coming in, and some of you do have a new person coming in. See, starting something new. Yeah, I think things are starting to go in your favor. Some of you could be buying a new house, a new home here, or getting ready to, preparing to. Yeah, but to me it looks like this is just this person seeing things clearly. See, it's about clarity. It's about feeling really happy, something they learned. There's this sense of joy and happiness for this opportunity. I think there's someone who's really, really, and I feel the feminine too, like just very high vibrational. It's what you're putting out there. It's about attracting the right type, your type. So if you have a type that kind of does this lack of negativity, this person's likely different. That's what I feel like it's saying. But like I say, just don't, and they're being discerning too. I mean, this is a King of Swords, somebody who also has experience. They're being discerning. So they're swords up. They're skeptical. They want to know, but there's happiness. So yeah, this is an interesting energy, but because of this, should I or shouldn't I, back and forth, looking at it from a different perspective, seeing things from each other's perspective, and this assessment of what makes a person happy. But it has to do with sincerity, whether someone's actually sincere or if they're not telling you everything. And that's what I feel. Some of you have experienced that, but this person's also had some experience as well. So I feel maybe you're going to share some of that energy at some point. But I'm sensing from the feminine's perspective, company and companionship to start. Yeah. Whoever this is, I do think there's a sincerity there, but we'll see where it goes. Yeah. See, it's all about manifesting. Little mirroring. You're probably both thinking the same thing. It's normal when you first start something with someone to, you know, kind of maybe comparing someone to someone else. But I'm going to be honest, I don't think this person compares to another situation, because the sun's here. See, it's all about manifesting new. Someone has everything they need. See, it's pre-manifesting. You see? But it's about being prepared. You have everything you need. But there's this desire for company and companionship at least, yeah, and to This person, them too. Yeah, just dating, courting, spending time together. Yeah, but if you have someone who's like this, you may be actually pushing the stop button and taking another opportunity because someone new could be coming in. So if you've got someone who ghosted, ignored you, or they came in with lack or made some sort of judgment against you, okay, because I feel like you have to make a decision with that Queen of Swords, the feminine, but then I also see the masculine doing the same thing. So yeah, but you both have everything you need to manifest your desires. It's about speaking truth and integrity. Yeah, see, it's about a house, a home. See, it's about building a foundation. I don't see two people moving in together. I'm going to be honest. It's like two people have their own house and home. I feel for some of you. And if it's not that, it's about building the foundation by spending time together, just doing stuff together, maybe helping each other out. Sometimes the Five of Cups is a helping hand. Somebody offering someone a helping hand. It's a good time to spend together, two people helping each other out. But I feel like it does feel some of you have your own homes. But I see good company and companionship. Maybe that's all that you want. Don't be afraid to speak the truth. Take care, and we'll see you soon.